Hey guys, it's MongolianMindset, and today we're gonna be helping one of our members find their personality type. If you want to be typed by us, all you have to do is join the Discord and go to the channel, request a typing service, and we'll get back. Well, you just set it up. But Sam, man, nice to meet you, man. You don't have to go into anything you're not comfortable with, man. Um, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, my name is Sam. I'm from New Zealand. Um, I uh, come from a small family, just five of us. I'm the youngest. My two siblings are much older than me, so there's a big age gap there. My interests are, well, typology is an interest. I'm also into mixed martial arts. Well, actually, I'm interested in all martial arts. Have been since I was a kid. Sports, um, reading, um, and yeah.
All right, man. So, what got you into sports, man?
Um,
The martial arts, like what attracts you? What do you like about it?
hmm, um, I like the movement. I like um how it makes me think as well. I like the different like martial arts systems kind of follow different ideologies behind it, and then also technically they're very varied. I find it interesting. Um, and I have tried a lot of them out because of that. So I get interested in one and then I want to learn another one. And so I switch. Um, and because of that, I kind of have quite a broad experience across a lot of them. But the only one I really focused down on was pretty much boxing and MMA.
Yeah. So, boxing, MMA. How long you been doing that?
So I started boxing when I was 15, and then MMA when I was 16. I did both at the same time and grinded it pretty hard until I was 18, or actually 19. And then I've kind of been slack the last three three years, so I'm 23 now. So a couple years. I'm still like training, like trying to keep up, but I'm not going as hard as I used to. Like things just came, like work and education just came up, and so I just yeah, kind of slacked off there. But I'm gonna get back into it soon. I've made plans to do that. Yeah.
Okay. What's your like future for it in martial arts? Like, what do you are you just doing it for fun? Do you want to do like a real time thing? What's up with that?
No, I don't want to take it to like go into like professional or amateur fighting. I I just simply I just enjoy it. I enjoy learning it. I enjoy analyzing it. Like when like watching the fights and like then like watching fighters I like and then trying what they do, or and understanding what the mechanics of what they're doing. And then I also like just enjoy being in the fight as well. It's almost like there's a sense of like even when you're getting hit, it's like a sense of freedom. Like, oh, I don't know, that's probably a weird way to describe it. But I enjoy it. It makes sense to me.
Give me a second. Um,
What's some life advice you'd give us, or ever, anyone?
Slow down. Took me a long time to learn that, but when you slow down, you and you look where you're going as opposed to just moving around, then you will you'll be better off. You'll make better decisions, you have better experiences. Just
But
yeah, slow down. It's okay.
I
Yeah.
wonder if if that's an opposing personality that just came down right there. That's interesting. Slow down to get a better experience, you know, to maximize SE. But yeah, what do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Sorry if I take a long time to think about my
Oh,
answers.
you're good, bro.
Uh, like when you, I can't like when you ask that question, I can't tell you like exactly where I'll be or exactly what I'll be doing. But I just know that I want to be better, be a better version of myself in every way. So like, smarter, um, more knowledgeable, have more. I think courage is something I value. So I'd like to have more courage. Also humility though. I value that as well. And I want to be more humble, kinder, all things I value. This is gonna yeah. When
Okay.
I'm saying stuff, I like start thinking like, oh no, they're gonna think I'm this type because I'm saying it like that. But
No, no,
yeah,
no, no, man. We
yeah.
analyze as much as we can. It's we've been doing it for a
I've
while.
had like huge, sorry to interrupt, but I've had like huge trouble typing myself. Like I've been in this for like 7 years now, and like I thought I was one type for 3 years, and then as I dug deep into it, I was like, oh no, that was so wrong, and I thought I was another type. And then I've been following the channel for about a month now. I've watched like probably over 40 of the typing videos, mix of celebrity and live typing sessions.
Hmm.
And I was like, yeah, this is actually the best. It was refreshing to have like some strong system, like a TE DOM to just come in and be like, no, no. Because people got to, I think a lot of people for typology got too ethereal. They're like, I can just tap into this and be this type. And then I
Hmm.
can tap into this subconscious and shadow. And then that was kind of me. I was like, I was explaining like how I could be basically any type, and
Hmm.
you just become ungrounded. So when I found this channel, and it was just kind of like get your head out of the clouds, like it's still real, the typology, but like ground yourself a bit more. There's a system. And
Hmm.
so I started following it, and I was like a week ago or a few days ago, I was like so certain that I'm this type because I followed like okay, pragmatic, da 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 da. I'm this. There were things I was certain about and things I was uncertain about, in my opinion.
Hmm.
But then coming into the interview today, I kind of just came with like, I decided, okay, I'm gonna leave all of that. I'm
Hmm.
gonna just be open, and I just want to learn. I'm not here to argue or debate. I just really want to learn. There's things that I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm not that, but I'm open to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
To totally get that, man. Um, yeah. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
yeah,
Typology is a lot. It's a lot of information out there. You got to make sure you get the best information always, and you actually want for me, there's a lot of like I say like nerds and geeks, whatever. It's like
mm,
make sure what you learn actually applies in the real world. Like when you go out and you see it, like you should be using the theory in practice. And if it's
mm,
not working, then you're fucking up, right? Like so
mm,
since when I go out to bars or clubs or whatever, like I just type random people when I'm talking to them in a conversation and I just start telling them about the stuff and you will see them say, oh my God, that makes so much sense to me. You know, as if,
mm,
like, if you tried it and it wasn't compatible, then they'd be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about here. So that's all
mm,
good to see, like, you go out and like actually try the theory. Like even if you like reading a book or something, you should always try and like implement some of the stuff that you're learning. Uh,
Mm.
what do you what are three words to describe you?
That I would describe me as, or that other people would describe me as?
As you that you like, what would people say are three words to describe you?
What would people say? Oh man, what would people say? It changes depending on the person, like changes drastically. But I guess people who don't know me that well, they probably say like serious. Um, uh, oh man, it changes. I struggle with this question a lot. Um, so I actually don't know how to answer that question. I actually don't feel um, competent enough to answer that question.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think are your best skills?
My ability to learn something, I can learn pretty fast, and then I can narrow, what's the word? Like focus in on it and get like a pretty like in-depth, if it's a physical thing, like grasp of the game or the sport or the skill, and then even like technical things. Like I like to teach myself things. I'm particularly interested in like some like systems I have to use for work, mainly like Excel and Power BI. Um, I find all that thing like all that boring stuff pretty like boring to most people, but it's exciting to me. Yeah, my best skills.
Like,
Yeah, learning. Yeah, learning is a good skill I have.
and when you go about learning something new, how do you go about doing that?
I gotta understand like how it works. I have to understand like how how it works and why it's there as well. Because there are some systems where it's like it has functions which I think are useless. And so if I can't understand what the purpose of it is, then I'm gonna struggle to learn it. But if I understand why it's important, I'll learn it. And then so I gotta like probably read a summary. Oh, like for example, when I learned like because I've been in typology for a while, and I took a few years like a bit slower, but then when I got back into it a few months ago, it went pretty hard. I already understood like functions, like sorry, the conscious and unconscious functions and that, but I'd never seen the temperament matrix. And
Mm-hmm.
I actually have it here up on my second screen. So I have one of your videos up, so I have the temperament matrix.
Mm-hmm.
So this was like I learned this the first week that I got it, like 3 weeks ago when I found your channel.
Mm-hmm.
I got in. I started. I just looked at the chart while one of your videos was on. I was like 10 videos in, and I just started watching the chart. And as I looked at it, I just start reading and following the lines and understanding the pattern. So I was like, okay. So for example, I was struggling to figure out if I was abstract or concrete,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I felt confident that I was pragmatic and systematic. And
Mm-hmm.
so if you're prag and systematic, you're automatically abstract. And so that helped me. So like that, those types of patterns. And I was like, and then I started understanding not only mine, well, what I believe mine. Remember, I'm pretty open-minded, but like others as well. I was like, so if somebody's this and this, then they can't be this. They can't be this. If I'm not as confident in this uh, thing, then I am confident in that, so then I can't be this type. And so that's an example of how I learned something.
Mm-hmm.
And then listening to you talk about it, like just absorbing information, thinking about it for myself, um, humility. And when I say humility, I mean like I'm someone who I think I do this better than other people, well, a lot of other people that I know, and that's unlearn. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have much of an ego because I love learning. You can't have an ego because if you love to learn and you have an ego, you're not going to learn. You have to be humble to learn, not be like have no sense of reality or what's real and not think for yourself. But you just have to be willing to change your perspectives and to be open-minded. And so that's a secret to learning, in my opinion. You guys probably have my type down, don't you?
Yeah. Well, you were talking about being like open-minded. Can you explain that?
Can I explain that? Can I? Open-minded. I feel like when I was like a few years ago, when I was a teenager, I was a very black and white person, not open-minded. I feel like life has taught me better now, and I've become a much more open-minded person than I was in terms of. No, I feel like I'm being confusing now. Um, how do I say this directly? I value open-mindedness
Mm-hmm.
because it's a path to learning. If you're closed mind, you will never learn because you will refuse to listen to things that don't sound either like it hurt, like it offends you, because you're a snowflake, or it doesn't align with what you understand, so you just dismiss it,
Mm-hmm.
right? I've met a lot of people who, if I showed them typology, any channel, even your channel, they'd be like, oh, that's all, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's like zodiac sign stuff. It's like it's not has no, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. My buddy Christian
and
says that it's astrology for smart people. That's what he calls it.
but it's like people like that, they're giving up the opportunity to at least like investigate and learn. Like, how do they know? How are they so certain that something is not true without looking at it, without actually trying it out? I don't understand people like that. How can you know something for certain having never studied it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tom, you got anything?
Um, I don't know. I think I don't know. I think we checked off like boxes. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm interested.
I just want to ask a question for fun. What's something you feel insecure about?
um, what is something I feel insecure about? Ah, oh man, is this too big? My biggest insecurity is that I won't be a good person. Yeah.
Why do you say you won't be a good person?
Well, I value being a good person. It's important to me. Um, yeah. It kind of sounds illogical, but that's it. And I just hope that throughout my life I can just continue to be a good person. In what I perceive as good. Um, and I hope that I don't ever lose that. Yeah.
Okay.
What are traits you value in other people?
Traits I value in other people. I usually like to keep people around that I view as different than me, in the sense that they have things that I feel I lack. So they have characteristics, they have traits, perspectives, which I value, but I don't have developed. I don't have very strong. Um, so for example, um, I like having friends. I like having, I'll speak in typology terms, but I like having high TE friends, specifically ENTJs, because I understand them quite easily. I don't relate to them. I don't think I relate to them, but I get it, and I don't like, they can just talk however they want to talk, be direct, and I just like being with them because they're good, they're grounding. They do stuff. They can make me do stuff. They make me follow up on my ideas. Um, and then I also like having caring natured people around. So like maybe like ISFJ type people in different roles in my life. Um, yeah, I don't know why, but I just do.
Okay. You talked about patterns earlier. Can you explain like what that means to you?
Patterns, things that connect, things that are underlying a thing, like an idea or a system or concept, like the oh gosh, patterns everywhere. There's patterns in everything. There's patterns in history, there's repeating patterns, there's patterns in people, repeating habits, things that are connected, like on an axis, as we always talk about in typology, or
Mm-hmm.
things that are on axes.
How's it
Uh,
going? What's up?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Uh,
I could run the Publix or something.
Go ahead. You saying the patterns in history, patterns in
People.
people. What is like? Do you see that a lot? Do you notice that a lot about yourself, like patterns and things of that nature?
Patterns. Patterns. Patterns and yeah, well, yeah, I'm always looking for patterns, like patterns and systems, like in your temperament matrix.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm saying patterns, I'm talking about things that like logic. I'm talking about logic, I
Mm-hmm.
think. Like principles. Uh yeah. If this then that, da 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 da.
Okay. Shelly, you wanna end this or you wanna keep going?
No, I'm good.
All
I've
right,
been.
we got your type. It's very easy to see that you're a TIFE user, right? You really care about understanding. Even in that last little spiel, you're talking about if this and that. So you're a TI user. You're also initiating. You initiated on me like a couple times to get your point across or something. Um, you also progress your movement. You're also informative. Okay. Everything's a pattern to you. That's NE. So we got you as an ENTP.
Okay.
Um, Obviously, because you're talking about pattern systems, um, patterns in everything, patterns in every aspects of life. Um, you know, Best advice would be to slow down, obviously, you care about like, how things work, talking about being open-minded, usually that's more attached to any than NI,
Mm.
unfortunately. Um, so Yeah, man, we got you as an ENTP. What'd you type yourself as?
Um, I thought I was an INTP,
Okay.
and the reason I thought that is because I was confident that I am prag and outcome.
Hmm.
So the one I was out of everything in the chart, I knew I was pragmatic.
Okay.
There's no way I was affiliative. But
Mm.
then everything else was a bit more. I wasn't sure if I was initiating or responding, and I wasn't sure. Nah, I was informative. I knew I was informative, so it had to be INTP or
Mm.
ENTP. I am a little surprised that I'm an ENTP, but that's probably because I didn't understand the difference between progression and outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay if I ask a couple questions?
Go for it, man.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so the first is um, I want to understand progression because I thought I was outcome.
Okay. So progression is I like the word journey focus,
Okay,
right?
journey. Yep, journey.
And they seem to be more inclined with the journey of things and how it envelops instead of just like end products or an outcome, right?
Okay,
They're not really focused in on the end product. They're more focused on if I build the best process, then I'll get the results, right? So
okay,
the process is over the results or the product. Um, so you'll see them like do a whole bunch of stuff and then at the end of it, it'll all loop together into one thing. Um,
oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
so it
I
looks like a
relate to
journey.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it looks like a
yeah.
journey. It's kind of like a, all over. And like when they usually talk, they'll go on a journey with their speech. Like, it'll be like a journey.
Okay,
They
okay,
won't just like if the outcome to literally just be like aiming in or homing towards that outcome. If that makes
okay.
sense.
And so how do I say this? I'm gonna get blasted by the ENTPs in the comments, but I actually didn't want to be an ENTP. And I
Why is
find
that?
and that's because like I find ENTPs the most annoying, like the ENTPs I know in my life.
Mhm. Mhm.
I know it sounds ridiculous. I'm gonna get roasted in the comments, I can already tell. It's like, but
Mhm.
you are an ENTP, but the reason I didn't like ENTPs, no, not as people, like not them as, but like the typing is that the way I view them and the way I've always seen them is like, oh gosh.
Ages of chaos.
Yeah, and I think I've met a lot of immature ENTPs.
Well, I'll say one
Um,
thing. I think you're normalizing, right? You're
what's that?
normalizing. It's like four subtypes, right? Um,
Yeah,
you have like the dominant version, then you have the creative version, then you have the
yeah,
normalized version, and then you have the harmonizing version, right?
yeah.
Usually when you see ENTPs that are fucking agents of chaos, it's usually the creative version.
Okay.
Yeah, they could be a little too fucking much for me. I call them
Y-
fucking abstract ESFPs, but that's because it's just too fucking much. Just too fucking.
Yeah.
It's just it is what it is. Like you may just like have to hurt one on one time because it's just ridiculous, man. It's just fucking ridiculous.
I
So
have I have two more questions if that's all right.
yeah, go for it, man.
Um, so okay, can you go break down normalizing? Can you go more deep into normalizing?
So
That's the first
normalizing
question.
takes a more of
Yeah.
a so even though you are an ENTP, you also being normalizing, you take a more of the chart decor style with you. So it'll be a lot.
Oh, thank you. Okay, sorry, so sorry. Yeah, because get things going didn't make sense. I was like, what? Okay, sorry to interrupt. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
a lot of times you'll see them blend a little bit towards more of an INTJ-ish type of
Okay.
ENTP because they will go to school, they will get the credentials, they will finish like a lot of the stuff. They're not like any fucking crazy where they just can't like finish stuff, right?
Okay.
Um, like you'll see like the crazy ENTPs, the creative versions, they tend to be kind of like doubling up on the get thing going or starter type shit. That's
Yeah.
just stuff you kind of balanced out a little bit more balanced
Okay.
out. Um,
I
take a
I
more of a
appreciate knowing that. Okay.
chart the course style into your
Yeah.
implementation.
That definitely suits me better.
More
Yeah.
normalizing, like you can fit into like society better, um, that type of thing. As in they fucking catch hell, man. They,
Yeah.
um, yeah.
Um, okay. Then thank you. Second question is um what does the best version of an ENTP look like? Because ENTPs catch a lot of heat from the whole typology community for being like these agents of chaos and struggling with a lot of these things. But like what's like a good like because like a lot of the people that I respect and follow and like to listen to, they're INTPs, ENTJs.
Mhm.
Um, but like since I'm an ENTP, I
Mhm.
want to be
The
the
best.
best. Yeah, and I don't want to be like seen the way other ENTPs are seen.
I would say Sam Altman. Sam Altman's a really good ENTP.
Sam Altman.
Yeah, the CEO of Open AI,
Okay,
right?
he looks like an INTP, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's ENTP. But he is a great case there. Um, and I would always say just take care life, right? Because
Mm,
ENTPs can do like some shady shit. But if you're
mm.
taking care of your life and you're doing the right things, you don't have to like fall into your FI trickster, right? Because sometimes FI trickster can hit, and ENTPs be like, I just got to do whatever it takes to get this objective.
Oh,
Put on the fucking mask, be a piece of shit. It is what it is.
oh, frick. Okay, so that's what FI Trickster does. Okay. Oh yeah, so
In
yeah,
the
this is
concept
breaking down my
mode.
whole way of thinking because I thought that I had
FI trickster?
TININESIFE, but I'm NETIFESI.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought SI sorry, yeah, I thought FE was my inferior and that I was aspiring to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess
Oh, you thought
not.
you were just so good with your inferior function, huh? That's the
Well,
happy.
no, well, no. I didn't think I was good at it, but I
Mm-hmm.
knew that I thought I cared about it. I thought I was valuing it, but I didn't presume to be an expert in it or
Oh
like
no,
so
you're good,
very
man. You're good.
developed in
You're
it.
good. You're
But
good.
yeah, just that I was I cared about it and that I had begun the journey because I suck
Oh,
with
there's
FE.
journey. There you go. Begin the journey. There you
Oh
go.
damn. Oh damn. Nah, because I'm not good with FE, but it's important to me. I'm not good at understanding people's feelings, but
Mm-hmm.
I still it matters to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with ENTPs, like I said, man, just if you're taking care of your life, things will go good. You get some type of balance in your life, it's gonna go even better. I know it sucks to like do the regular job because you got so many ideas, but take those ideas and do them on the side, right? And then
Okay.
if those ideas blow up into something, then you quit your job and you further your other ideas. You know what I'm saying? Don't just
Okay.
fucking chase fucking idea and then be living on
Yeah.
the street or some shit. Then you have
Yeah.
to do some shady shit. If I treat
Yeah.
you, gonna come out. Um, but like I said, like just take care of the things here and realize that there's no easy way like there's no easy way to do something. Like you're gonna have to do the work. A lot of ENTPs
Yeah.
try to cut the corners the fucking most. Like they try to
Yeah.
cut, like if you see Kanye West, oh my God, he
Yeah.
just thinks like he's special and like he can just skip
Yeah.
the line of the system or the process, and you can't
Yeah.
fucking do that. And if you
Yeah.
do it, then you're gonna take catastrophic losses,
Okay.
right? And you don't want to put yourself in a particular point where you're taking catastrophic losses because then like that NE is gonna be going crazy. You're gonna be thinking about all these fucking ideas and paranoia and
Yeah.
all this other shit.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do that. What I will say is like, take the normal route,
Yeah.
and on the side, do your any, man. Do your any. Those any blow up into something, then you stop what you're doing and focus on that.
Okay.
I wouldn't just be like, oh, just chase the goddamn possibility. Chase the possibilities of being on the fucking street.
Yeah, good. Yeah, yeah. Be grounded a bit. Don't be afraid of that SIA.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
sorry, just a couple more questions. What time do you need to go?
Shit, I want to eat some food before the next session.
Okay, okay. Just like real quick, like super
Yeah.
duper quick. Um, so I don't understand the critic and the parent. So I have NI
You,
parent and TE critic. Is that correct?
you would have TE critic and you would have
Oh
TI.
no, sorry, not parent. Sorry, I meant the opposing. So I have NE and then the opposing is NI. So
Okay.
what's my relationship with NI and what's my relationship with TE? And then that's all I want to know.
So the critic is something that someone's very critical about. ENTPs
Yeah,
are generally very critical about TE things.
yeah,
Okay. A lot of times it'll manifest as them being critical of sources, right?
yeah,
Like
that's true.
if you bring an ENTP something, they might say, "Where'd you get that information from?" Or "Who
Yeah,
is it?" Picking through the study. I feel like
yeah,
anytime I bring my older brother anything, he's gonna like decipher it down and come to this agreement that I shouldn't trust that article because the studies didn't have a double blind because placebo blind, whatever the fuck it is, and he'll just say,
yeah,
"Oh, this is trash," right?
yeah.
So he's very harsh on that. The way I see the opposing, a lot of times it's something that like when you're younger, you're really not that great with, but over time it gets a lot better. So like as an ENTP, a lot of times they'll chase possibilities a lot of times. And chasing those possibilities, they chase bad possibilities. But over time, as
Okay,
the opposing grows, they'll learn to use NI to pick the possibilities that will grow,
okay,
right? And
okay,
there'll always be like some type of anxiety towards that, you know. It'll always be like
okay.
some type of anxiety, but it's not like the critic. The critic is harsh and it
Yeah,
just like attacks people.
yeah,
And you'll see like a lot of INTJs, this stupid motherfucker, oh, this dumb
yeah,
motherfucker. I'm surrounded with fucking idiots, fucking
yeah,
morons.
yeah,
They'll get into that little TI critic type thing. So it's like
yeah.
more the ugliest part of your personality is the critic.
Okay. But
Because
but it's strong. So that well, it
very
can be
strong.
strong.
Very
Okay.
strong.
NI, so the opposing and critic can both be strong.
Yeah, well, the critic is going to be more evident because it's the sixth function, and the sixth function is known to be around the same strength as your parent function, right?
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's just unconscious,
Okay.
right? It's also the same gender as you, um, but it's a different note. But
Okay.
like it's more unconscious. The opposing and the farther it goes down, the more unconscious it is.
Okay.
But the critic seems to show up quite a bit because it's a part like it wants to nail somebody in their tracks. It's got this
Yeah.
very defensive, it kind of
Yeah.
goes hand in hand with TI parent, TI critic. You'll see both of them. You'll
Yeah.
slam somebody with TE critic to basically prop up your TI parent. A lot of times
Yeah.
people do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, so,
Okay. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
and it's been
Thanks,
absolutely
Shelley. Thanks,
a minute,
Thomas.
and it's been a pleasure, man. I'll see you in a little bit, Shelly. Don't be fucking late.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.
All right, brother.